What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Day Den. Every now and then, one of these rare, mystical creatures appears in the middle of the day. And when you do see one, you got to catch it. So, welcome to the Day Den. I am your host, Ed Honcho. The reason why we're having a Day Den today is because I did miss Tuesday, I think it was. And I want to make sure I told myself in June I was going to give you all 5 days a week, at least 5 episodes a week. Try to minimize any of that missing or things like that. So, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll have just a good of a time in the day as we do in the evening. But let's see who we have joining us. We're going to talk about racial unity this evening. Let me see what's going on. Actually, I think my chat is a little jammed up, so I'm not sure who may or may not be there. Hit that like button if you please. Let's see what I said. See, Jason S. Coltrane down in the Discord. What's the motherfucking deal? Sega Dream. What's the motherfucking deal? See, Dakota in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Hugh Betcha. Let's see. Kay Grace, the Lady Grace in the building. Dre, what's the motherfucking deal? International Dre. Let's see. He won't pass. What's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this afternoon? Wink in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? And that's where my shit gets a little janky.
Gotta support the Day Den.
Let's see. Appreciate the love, Coach. Gotta support the Day Den. And we can't forget the Den. I need to set that on the thing. So make sure that's a deal. Let me see what's going on with the chat here for a second because it's kind of jamming up on me. And maybe we'll be back to okay, there we go. I see Miss Angela. Miss Meat, what's the motherfucking deal? Bobby Lily, what's the motherfucking deal? Rob, what's the motherfucking deal? Rob Myers in the building, East Side. Let's see, Sweet Berry's here. Miss Bell, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see, make sure I ain't missing nobody. Like, if I missed you, I ain't diss you. That was not my intention. But I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Last night I still cannot get over the revelation that took place. So that was very interesting. Shout out to Miss Angela. But like I said, we're gonna talk about racial unity, and you're probably talking about, well, Honcho, what do you mean racial unity? Like we gonna all come together and kumbaya and hang out and make s'mores and shit over the campfire and tell stories about our history, and we're just all gonna love one another. Is that what's gonna happen? That's what we mean? Like, kind of like, what was that fucking movie, Us? We're all just gonna hold hands across the world and shit? Like, is that what we're gonna do? No. That's not what I mean, right? And let's be honest, we know the answer to the question. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, what is the question? Can racial unity exist? Is it not existing now? I mean, what more do we want? Is it the removal of all terms that could be derogatory based on race? Is that what it is? If nobody ever has an altercation and utilizes maybe a description of the other person's features? Is that what racial unity is? Is it are there targeted hate crimes that we're talking about that they just go off the map? We just only have regular crimes. It's just everybody's a random victim. You're a victim. You're a victim. Or are we talking about seeing each other as equals on I guess on a grander scale? Because let's be honest, everybody has some type of stigma that they believe about people of other races, no matter how many friends you may have of those other races or whatever. And some shit you just say. I often in jest, I'm dead serious about when I say this, but often in jest I say that all Asian people know martial arts, right? I mean, it's just a joke, but I really fucking mean it. But it's a joke, you know what I mean? And no harm, no foul, right? Unless you break into one of their shops and they kick your fucking ass, then you fucked up. But, and I guess it's not a negative thing. We can talk about all the different stereotypes, all different things, but is that it? Are we not allowed to acknowledge certain stigmas, again, like I say, associated with other races? What is unity? What is it? Are we asking individuals to change their perception of one another in synchronicity, like at a synchronized perspective switch. If you view people as one way or you've thought of people in a particular way, it's quite difficult to just change it overnight. I think sometimes it would take like I don't want to say a traumatic event, but it would take something noticeable to get you to just change your feelings about something that you've kind of been programmed into for a while. Or, it can happen gradually, but most of the time that doesn't happen too much. So, right. Well, let's go over here. Fucking getting Thanos over here. But my thing is this. So, what are we talking about when we say racial unity? Like, what are we talking about when we say want to be? Is it just everybody wants to be left the fuck alone? Because I've noticed a lot of these protests as I'm watching and I'm seeing different things. And different people are saying different shit. Some people are saying, man, look, we're not even asking for nothing extra. We don't want anything more, man. We just want to be left the fuck alone. Like, can we just operate like everybody else? That's what we feel. Okay? And I was also thinking about something, right? Because we talk about police brutality. And we talk about these things. Like, and the numbers that are always brought up are always like the death numbers, right? That's like cop killings. I don't think cop killings and brutality necessarily go hand in hand, if that's the conversation we're going to have. Because I was just thinking about some events in the past, and I'm just like, you know what? There's no statistic for that. There's no documentation of that. There's no record of that. So how often does this or that take place all across America, right? And what would the statistics be if it was documented? I don't know, because it's not just happening in this one place. But again, it's not really necessarily the thing that I want to get into is police brutality. I was just thinking about that because I've noticed in a lot of people's conversations too, that's been the thing. Well, how many killings? But I think it's more to that. Like, I think that's an important part of it. But I think you also have to think about, like I say, it's those events. Like, shit, most people don't have to die for it to be a bad situation. Well, Shelley, the shows are always lively and like super enjoyable. And then here comes Shelley Long, and all she wants to talk about are snappers and hot dogs, and this is a family show. This really is a family show. And Shelley comes around spitting her deplorable rhetoric, right? It's just disgusting in front of the kids. And you're just like, who raised this woman? And where are they so I can have a heart-to-heart with them, But unfortunately, Shelley, here you are. Good afternoon. But no, I'm just saying, like, what is it when people are saying, we want to be equals, we all want to see it, or we want awareness, and I'm trying to figure out what is the goal of this thing. And because I saw something earlier, and I thought what was it, like the eight can't wait or something. They're talking about like 8 policing tactics that people use, right? And I don't even remember what the tactics are, but it just made me start thinking about certain things, and I'm just like, okay, well, is this what you're asking? Is this what the movement is about? Is you feel like to lower the encounters, the physical encounters? And there's some numbers, right? I have some numbers I want to look at, because really, I think it's more the perspective thing, but there are, like I say, we can look at the numbers and talk about incidents and disparities and numbers and percentages and proportions and all that other shit. But I just want to look at something. I want to take a survey, right? This is just like the feel of the American people, because I think that's shenanigans. What is this tomfoolery? You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Culture, math is racist. You know this, I know this. 3-year-olds in transition know this. Everybody knows math is racist. Yes, this was spelled. I will put the button. You got a part. I got a little bit of my. It's not morning. It's actually afternoon coffee, I guess. Oh man! All right, there we go. Yeah, I guess. Thank you, Miss Bell, because nobody else wants to remind me that the bot wasn't on. But here it is, right? Let's talk about it. let's get into it. I Am Number One. That was like a hot song. I think that was like my senior year or my junior year of high school. I think it was my junior year. Yeah, because it was bad. That was when North Shore was number one in state, so I'll never forget that. Anyway, it was really embarrassing. But so, here's my thing, right? Think about Nelly had some hits, right? I didn't watch the Nelly whatchamacallit verse. I didn't watch the Nelly verse, but I'm just thinking about Nelly. Nelly had a couple of not a couple. Nelly had a bunch of hits. I never listened to a Nelly album in my life. I only know him for his radio music. I was never a Nelly fan. Anyway, so getting back to this, I want to pull up a couple of numbers. I want to look at this little survey, And again, y'all know how I feel about statistics and numbers. And if you don't know, statistics can be manipulated to say any fucking thing that you want it to, right? If you're trying to prove a point, that's why even with a lot of these statistics and a lot of these things, and again, the wording is important. And it's very important to see where these numbers are coming from. Who did this study, who did this survey, the background of the institute or whoever is funding this. People generally have a narrative, and if you need that narrative to be proven, you can find somebody who can come up with the fucking numbers. I mean, they can skew it to make anything look good, right? I mean, it's just where it is. That's why the fucking whole medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry is the way it is now. Fucking shit works 1% better than dying, and you fucking sell it for $100 fucking bucks a pill. I mean, that's how it works, right? So let's pull these numbers up. I've got way off talking about the fucking pharmaceutical industry and shit. Hey, where's my window? Oh, it's behind this. So I really don't want this article. This is what I want. Okay, and what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to streak my big head out of the way, and matter of fact, I'm gonna jump out of the TV real quick. Let me just do this, right? Let me just. I see you, right? I'm just hiding in this corner. You can't see me, but I can see y'all, right? So we're gonna fucking shrink this like so. I gotta turn that part of the camera. You can still see that fucking little thing. All right, let's do it like that. See what I'm saying? I decided to change the green screen like right before we went live, and I didn't even check to see if that shit was in the camera. All right, you know what? Damn that. I'll just we'll disappear here. Let's get to the point. All right, so what I want to go over though is I want to go over a couple of these. That's terrible. Why is it still up? I want to go over a couple of these infographics. I don't want to read the whole thing. It's actually a lot to read, and if we start going into that, and y'all know I can be very long-winded at times, and we'll definitely start talking about a bunch of shit, and nobody will get to call in. And I'm sure y'all want to call in and share your thoughts, because that's what this is all about. Give me, what am I looking for? Oh, right. All right, fuck it. So this one here, it says, most black adults have negative views about the country's racial progress. It's kind of like a no shit, but let's pull this up. Let's see. So it says race relations. It says the percentage saying, race relations in the U.S. are generally bad. Saying, I think most people believe that. On average, about 58% of people believe that. Black, 71%, a significantly higher number than whites, who say 56%. Trump has made race relations worse, and this is the thing. This is where I still get lost, right? I'm still trying to understand exactly how. And then when you're talking about Trump in comparison to Joe Biden, like you're talking about a guy. I mean, he's on the books, literally fucking you off. But anyway, 73% of black people say Trump has made race relations worse. Less than half of white people believe that. Slavery, how does it impact people? I'm going to start really paraphrasing so we kind of run down these things real quick. But 84% of black people, 58% of whites. Country hasn't gone far enough in giving blacks equal rights with whites. I'm still trying to figure some of these things out. But almost 80% of black people say yes, and about a little under 40% of white people say that's good enough, or that's not good enough. And it says, not two or not all likely black people eventually have equal rights. Black people about 50%, and then white people are at about 7%. And again, that's why I say, and again, the questions matter to the way that people answer these things. So that's why I'm saying, take these things into account, because you have to think about the way somebody interprets a question, So that can definitely have an impact on the overall answer. Let me see. Some about people overall and what they feel. Let me make sure I got y'all on the right screen. What they feel, if there are advantages in being white or not. I think you see Asians and blacks both will have the two highest. Asians actually say being white helps. 73% of Asians say being white helps a lot. And if the Asians say it, then I'm going to agree. I may have to change my stance on everything because the Asians know, right? Like, if the Asians say so, this is not a game. You take this information and you run with it. So I may have to reconsider some things here now that I'm looking at that. And, like I said, it just goes on. And what I'll do is I'll put this link up because, again, like I said, there's all kind of numbers that you can look at. I actually don't want to go through all these. It's a lot. I want to get into the conversation because I want to know what people think. I want to know how people are feeling. I think this should be good because, again, with us being such a diverse group of individuals in the den, it's interesting to see the various perspectives that people have, when it comes to certain things. So let's get back in here, right? Let me get over here, right here. All right, cool, right here. Just, man, y'all, if you're from H-Town, I don't know if y'all knew. Other folks, it may be just as relevant. It may not be relevant to you. It just depends on where the hell you're from. Oh, there we go. Clouds. It's a lovely day. So depending on, like I said, depending on where you're from, probably H-Town if you are, it'll be a bit more relevant. But I just found out that Floyd was on a screw tape, right? That's craziness. But I don't know. I don't know if anyone who from the city is in there. And shout out to everybody who was in the Discord yesterday. It was a good conversation going on, but I had to dip out. So I went to sleep. So but it's always good. The after, man. If you're not in the after den Discord conversations, you're missing out on a lot. And if y'all want to slide in there after the stream too, it's we can also do that. But it's always a very interesting conversation that takes place, and it's always very interesting to see the different perspectives. But that's what I'm saying. The variety of people who participate, watch, listen to the den is interesting. So it's going to be nice to see, various perspectives. Do you feel like equality is here? Do you feel like there's a ways to go? With everybody coming out for Floyd and everything that's going on with that, like, do you think that's going to change something? What are the goals that are being pursued, out of this? And I think there's so many different angles that people want to try to fix all at once. I don't know what really gets done. I don't know what the outcome is. Again, like I said, right now it seems to solely be focused, or the things that are getting preached about are police brutality, right? That's kind of the main thing that you're getting. And people say that there's racism in other areas of the country. You can talk about loans. You can say, if you're trying to get a loan from a bank, they say it's very difficult, or dealing with banks, dealing with other businesses. Some people feel getting hired. Your name could be significantly part of a reason why you may or may not. But, just a lot of little things. People say just the overall perception, just the way blacks are viewed. It's not even just a black thing. Depending on what race you are, you may see things differently. It could be a Hispanic thing. You may, fucking burritos. It may be a Hispanic thing, and you think that, they're getting viewed a certain way, maybe because of some comments or something that have been made publicly. I know a lot of people felt a particular way when Trump, said bad hombres or things like that. So I think it just depends on who you are and the way you see the world and the way you feel as to where it is and what it means. And when you call in, I'd like to know what what does racial unity mean to you? You know, or even if you want to use the term racial equality, like what are we talking about when we say these things? And would it ever be possible? So, give me just a moment. Let me get the line. Looking good. Let me show this out. Okay, well, all right, I think we're good. I don't think I got the weird patchy shit going on the face no more. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Give me just a second. Do. That's interesting. Come on, Lon, what are you doing? Come on, let's start the line. There we go. I'll start the nonsense. All right, let's get some calls going, man. Let me see the number there. Get the headphones on. What's going on in your zone? Like I said, I want to know what are you guys thinking? Like, I mean, just because right now there is a lot of, I don't know if it's racial tension, right? I don't think anybody now is any more racist than they have been. I think they were already mad. You're already racist. You know, it is what it is. But I think actually it's more racial awareness. I think more people are trying to be not as racist these days. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon?
Man, it's Eastside.
Eastside, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How you been, Eastside, man?
Man, I'm good.
Okay.
Off today.
Okay. Day off. Hey, King. That's what's happening. What's on your mind when it comes to this conversation here? We're talking about racial unity. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, right now I don't see no racial unity right now. Man, I wanted to get into the topic last night, man. I tried to call, man. I couldn't even wait, but you was talking about the word coon, man, and one big coon, man. I don't have no problem with black conservatives, but man, that motherfucker Candace Owens, man. She went on. I don't know if you watched Keep Up with Willie D, but yeah, Candace Owens. She went on like a 20-minute rant on Greg Floyd. Went down his rap sheet, man, and it's like, oh man, I just hate to get in the conversation of black women, man. But you got motherfuckers out there like that, man, and man, that's the goddamn enemy right there, man. And I'm not, like I say, man, I'm not really pro-black, and I don't have nothing wrong with black conservatives. But if you just that far on that side, man, it's like goddamn, man.
But Candace, like I say, to me, and I've said it before, I'm just not a fan. Like I know people, it's just something about her I just can't really rock with. I don't know what it is. I feel a particular kind of way. Rob, man, I appreciate the love. Thank you, Rob. Shout out to Rob Myers. But yeah, I can't, like, something about Candace is just, I don't know, man. It feels disingenuous to me. It feels like, I don't know, man. Just something, I don't know. It just seems well trained to me. So, I don't know.
She funded by the machine on the other side. It's just pretty much what it is, man. It's shit. You can see, and she bed winches, so that just all goes together. Taking the money, bed winching. Hey, man. Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah, just like I say, because it's just certain things she says, the way she just kind of operates. And I don't know, man. Like I say, to me, like I say, and again, I leave more to, I think, a conservative perspective. Even though I like to say independent. It's just something about her. It's not her message too much, even though she does say some more goofy shit sometimes. But it's like, it's something about her character that bothers me. So, yeah, I feel you, man.
Man, last time I called, man, I was talking shit about the pro-blacks, but I want to give old Tariq Nasheed his props, man.
Yeah.
His ass was out there, so I can't. Hey, man, you fuck up, but when I call you out, you prove me wrong, man. Hey, man, I'll give you your dues.
Man, you know what? It's super funny you said that because I saw a little clip like right after, maybe like the next day after you said that, and he was in the car. Man, I'm out here in Atlanta, going through the streets of Atlanta while I'm out here in Atlanta, and they kept like, well, goddamn, nigga, you in Atlanta? Like he said Atlanta like 5-6 times in 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, we get it. You in Atlanta? That nigga seemed like he was nervous to be out there or something. But yeah, I mean,
oh yeah, he was kind of spooked, but he was out there when it was going down though. It was It was there. It was like one of the first couple days, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a shout out to him for showing up and pulling up. Because you got to question some of them if they motives. I don't know. I got my own personal issues with that.
Yeah, man. But racial unity, man. Oh shit, man. I don't know.
What do you think is like the biggest disparity right now? Like what do you think is like the biggest hurdle that needs to be overcome for us to maybe achieve racial unity?
Man, shit, just having a conversation, man. Some people just not even willing to even have that conversation, and shit, it's either you on the right or the left, and motherfuckers is getting mad if you support Colin Kaepernick. It just goes in so many different directions, man. It's like you bringing up sports, we ain't got sports, and fucking Drew Brees, and it's so much different shit to be mad about. But shit, motherfuckers getting mad about sports, but shit, we dealing with real life right now. So it's like, damn. You never see so many. Some people don't never even comment unless it's about sports. Mm-hmm. And you fuck up their sports, that's when they really get mad.
Yeah. Do you think that's part of the reason why people are maybe more? It seems like people are more angry now than ever because they've been in the house. They ain't had no sports. Sports is a huge distraction for the country, and they just want to get out. Do you think that kind of amplified it, or do you think that people are really mad because of what happened?
I think it's a factor. I think it's a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. Some people are just stuck in their own little world, in their little bubble, and ain't had no sports shit. Taking away their livelihood.
I can agree with that. All right. I don't know. Anything else that's on your mind, Mr. Eastside?
Nah, man. I just wanted to touch base, man. I was just that cool conversation is one of them topics, man. I don't call that cool word, man. I was like, man, okay, this is one of them ones I have to call in on.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I almost debated on doing a part 2 tonight because it seemed like that one was the active one a lot of people wanted to kind of get in on. I was actually today I was like, man, I could do a part 2, but I had this topic I had already set up for this week, so I said I want to get them all out. But maybe we'll see what happens tonight. So I know that's something that it seemed like a lot of people had some thoughts on.
Yeah, man. I'm going to touch base with you.
All right, Eastside, man. I appreciate the call, man.
All right.
What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon?
First of all, if you called in last night on some coon talk, then your ass is a goddamn coon. Straight up. Because if you ain't a coon, you ain't got no reason to call in and say shit.
Mm. So are you calling Miss Bell a coon?
Yes. She a coon too. Put some mascara over your eyelids, Miss Bell. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Everybody. I don't discriminate.
I don't know one other person who would say something like that, but that's if you call it what it is what it is. Okay. So why do you feel like? Well, so you said the only people who are mad about coon are people who hit dog holler.
Who are coon?
Okay.
But they don't like being called out.
Okay. But why is?
I don't give a shit about it. I ain't never been called a coon a day in my life.
But do you use?
I don't exhibit coon tendencies.
But do you use the term coon?
No, I really don't. Okay. I'm just doing it. I'm just using it because y'all use it.
Okay.
Really.
Welcome to the Coon Club. This is definitely coon news. But but here's my thing, and I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Why is it the those of us in the swamp, my nigga? Sound like a frog.
Huh?
So you in the swamp, my nigga? Sound like a frog or some shit. Am I tripping?
Nah, I'm driving through this construction zone, and they got those rumble strips on the outside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, what is going on in backwoods Louisiana or some shit?
Oh no, you're gonna hear it again before this ride is over.
Okay. But why does it seem like it's we call the more well-to-do blacks coons? Is it the mentality? Is there let me see the word, maybe a separation, a loss of connection? What is it about them, or do we feel like they're imitating white people acting white. Like, why is it that it seems like it's usually the more well-to-do or those who are in better off places are the ones that get caught, or those who may not fully agree with the crowd?
Stop saying, Honcho. Just call it what it is. The broke ass niggas be mad because the rich niggas got money. When you get money, your mentality changes. Because the first thing you want to do is figure out a way to keep your goddamn money. Because you don't want to be a broke ass nigga again.
True.
So of course you're gonna make some changes. Your mentality is not gonna be the same that it once was.
Correct.
Of course not. So yeah, it's actually all of that and then some. Because the broke niggas feel like the rich niggas think that they too good to fuck with the broke niggas no more. Well, you was like that when you was down here. Yeah, that's when I was down there, nigga. Nah, I can't have that mentality. Or I'm going to go back.
Correct.
It's pretty fucking simple.
Okay. I definitely would agree with that.
Broke people just need to shut the fuck up and figure out your way to get up there with the rich niggas.
And I would agree with that, too. But why do you think niggas who broke, when a nigga does come up, instead of, maybe cheering for him, rooting for him, hey, congratulations, I see that he can do it, I can do it, too. But we'd rather insult him. Like, hey, why not try to figure out how he took that path? And maybe you can emulate too, especially if he was in the same shoes you were in, then it means it's even more likely you could do the same.
No, because most of the time the broke nigga's not willing to make the sacrifices and do the hard work that the other nigga did. Or he could be jealous of the other person because some people don't always have to have hard work and sacrifice. Some people's talent is they just blessed with certain capabilities, so they figure out a way to make some money off the shit. That happens too when people get jealous because of that, or they think that they may be better or more talented than that person, but that person just played their cards right and made their hand better instead of their hand actually being better. So it's many different ways to be successful, but you just got to find your way. Their way might not be your way, not necessarily.
But everybody knows the best way is Trey way.
Maybe so.
But all bullshit aside, and I think that's what I feel when it comes to the coon. I think that's more of a way of almost verbally saying, I'm a hater. Now, there are moments, though, that I do think are coon qualified moments. If you're talking, you're talking about old buddy like old dude off Django. I mean, if it's to that level of
right
buffoonery going on, and that's definitely high quality cooning right there. But I think it's a lot of stuff, like I say, because I saw, like I mentioned, the little comedian dude, he posted up, hey, this is a protest with the little Martin Luther King thing, not this, and he showed, the motherfuckers raising their target, and they wanted to cancel him for it. He's a coon now, he cooning, or he doing, I'm like, wow, really? Because he's trying to give y'all some advice. Y'all don't realize, again, how much facial recognition and how easily y'all getting tracked and traced. They pulled up on a motherfucker yesterday. They thought they was scot-free. Want to arrest the whole group of them at the same time. So it's like, niggas trying to give y'all advice, honestly, which y'all think motherfuckers be talking down on y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is there a way, do you think, that there could ever be a way to bridge the gap between, I guess you would call it the haves and the have-nots if we're talking about it's a money thing, the coons, or is it just up to the individual to get from the have-nots to the haves?
It's just more kind of like a want-to mentality. But to answer your question with the other thing, people tend, once they hear a word and this word start trending, which we call buzzwords, people tend to use that word and not know exactly what the fuck that word or phrase means. So they just tend to use it completely out of context because there's nothing toxic about masculinity. Ain't nobody dying from some kind of, something from the inside that's killing them or eating they innards out. You know what I'm saying? So people just chose that word and then just started putting it with another word, and then now all of a sudden it becomes a thing when it actually really don't make sense. It's not really toxic because come on now, just you don't like it. It's not toxic to everybody. It's just toxic to you.
Yeah.
So people like to say things that they don't even understand.
I agree. And it is crazy because, again, like I said, every election season, every time things get real political or you have a major event, it's a new lexicon, a new group of words that pops out. Like even like social distancing. When this whole the pandemic shit came out, social distancing. Never heard that shit ever in my life. And motherfuckers like, niggas, y'all stay the fuck apart. And then motherfuckers talking about, niggas gonna be at school getting in trouble. Okay, it's time for you guys to distance socially. It's like, y'all niggas can't sit next to each other. Like, the game has changed. So, yeah, it's wild. I definitely agree with that. But what do you think about racial
That's
unity?
just typical. Racial unity. I think it's gonna be like it's always been. It's gonna be like after certain events and in certain instances. I've used the 9/11 example before. When you both share a common enemy, then you put all that other shit aside, and y'all both going after that enemy. That's the most unified this country's ever been, because everybody was on the same accord. Like, fuck them. What they came here and did was bullshit. You could even say the attack on Pearl Harbor, same fucking thing. But nobody trying to say or trying to justify that shit at all. Everybody was like, oh no, you motherfuckers got to get dealt with right the fuck now. So it is kind of one of them things. I think that's the only time, and it's only going to be temporary, because once that enemy fades away or it loses its luster or everybody ain't pissed off no more, you go right back to the way shit has always been.
Okay. And I definitely agree with that. I guess, and that's kind of, I think, part of the problem. You create that common enemy, and that's how you unify people. But right now, I don't know. Is that? Do you think that's what's going on with people? Like people are looking at the police as a common enemy or something? Do you think that's what's bringing all these people out? What do you think is? Because it seems like this protest, this whole thing, seems that more people have participated in this than ever before. And we were talking about this a little bit in the Discord yesterday, but. What do you think is the biggest catalyst to this movement?
Well, when it comes to this country, it's more of a race-based thing. But when it comes to the globe, it's more of a people versus the state kind of thing, or people versus the government kind of thing. Because, come on now, really, motherfucking London cops don't even carry pistols. They ain't out there really killing Londoners like that. So what the fuck are they, protesting for? But it's more about the fact that even of course, them people, they think that they got the greatest country in the world. And I think we have the greatest country in the world. But here's the thing that people just don't seem to understand. It's like being in a family with an abusive father. You love him, but he's whooping your ass. You know what I'm saying? He's still your father. You don't know no other father than him. But he whooping your ass, and you just like, man, can I just have a father that don't whoop my ass?
Yeah.
Can we fix this? What's wrong with you? What do we need to change? Am I doing something wrong? But the other people in the family keep telling us, well, it's your own fault that you keep getting your ass whooped. But the fact of the matter is, like Mr. John, was it John the other day, said that, well, white people is getting killed by police too. Well, then if I'm getting my ass whooped and you getting your ass whooped, don't you think we need to fight this motherfucker together? So why are you steadily telling me when I'm complaining about the shit and you not complaining at all? You just letting this shit go on as usual. You not mad, so you just like getting your ass whooped? No, I'm tired of getting my ass whooped. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a very valid point. If you have, again, like I said, come back to the common enemy, but I guess you got to have everybody wanting to fight. Yeah, y'all saw that? Y'all heard it though? Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. That I heard his verse on the SUZ verse that Floyd had he had rapped on the screw tape.
Not that I would have never thought.
And then he was in Scarface video.
I want to go find it now.
He was in Scarface.
See what you talking about?
He was in a Scarface video, one of his recent ones off. I think it was off Deeply Rooted. One of those videos, and then he was like in the beginning on the thumbnail. You see him standing right next to him in a big red SUC shirt, and then he got a verse on a screw tape. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is wild, man.
I wonder if it was "Fuck You" because that was a good song.
I forgot what it was.
"Fuck You" featuring Zero. That shit.
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, that's the one. That one. That's the one he on.
Yeah, that shit go
on
on.
that video. Yeah. Let me see what you're talking about over here. But yeah, so I think that's crazy. Like especially the Houston ties that he had like that, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah, they said he was on some street shit back in the Gap, so of course niggas in the hood gonna know him.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, shit. That nigga was he had a couple little charges. That was the whole thing with the Candace thing, and I watched what you were talking about. You sent with old buddy. And he has a very interesting. But I agree. Like that's what I say though. But that, like with Candace, I agree because I don't know. I just get a weird vibe about Candace. I just don't know. I just don't feel genuine about it for some reason. I don't know why. It's like he said.
Yeah, I feel I don't totally dismiss her. It's just certain points I just be like, yeah, baby girl, you reaching. You know what I'm saying? She's a habitual reacher. I give her that. But some things she do say, I'm like, okay, I see where she going here, but then sometimes she just kind of overstep. And I be like, I don't know about that, but okay. She just one of them.
I hate you beyond the funny, nigga. It was completely inappropriate. This is not the time.
Why you hate that man?
He said something that was completely inappropriate. This is not the time nor place for what Beyond the Funny Nigga just shared. I'm highly disappointed. I'm disgusted. And I hope you stub your toe the next time you get up to go get something out the refrigerator.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Seriously?
So, you know.
Bitch ass nigga.
A little road rage much.
Nah, my GPS just hold me. Nah, hit me this way to make me do a U-turn.
No, I hate this shit.
Fuck.
So here's my thing though. Okay. So you feel like it's gonna be pretty much like it was. Everything eventually is gonna kind of fade out. Do you think any real progress happens after everything is said and done with this situation? You don't think there's any real changes, tangible changes?
It's possible, but the only way that some real tangible change is going to happen is it's going to have to be something that's legislative or something that the entire police force is going to have to be, that's going to have to agree with and be determined to follow and implement and actually do it. Don't just say it, but just actually do it, and then have the officers reflect that fucking change. Because a lot of the times, instead of them going and they escalating the situation. It's like that's very unproductive.
I agree.
Because people are already, you know, if they got to call the police, then there's something significant going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not just nothing small. If you got to get the police involved, period. So of course, people's emotions gonna run high. They might have suffered some kind of very, very recent trauma. Because of course, you're trying to get the police there as soon as possible. So I just think people just ought to have a little more common decency and common sense about shit.
I could definitely agree with that. I think we all realize there's a problem. We gotta. I mean, it's a tough conversation to have, but I think we'll get there eventually. But that's about anything else that's on your mind there, Professor True?
No, I'm good. Shout out to everybody in the den. Miss Bell, of course. I'm sure you do know I was just playing with you.
Nah, he meant that.
Hello to Miss Grace.
Thumbs down, everything.
I'm not. Shut the fuck up, Honcho. I'm trying to, be nice. This is early in the day. I'll save my little shit for later on in the evening. But, since it's a nice day, and it's a pretty nice looking young lady in this little car next to me. Hey, look, baby, how you doing?
You going to jail now?
But, nah, she grown, bro.
No, you can't. You gotta ask consent to approach these days. You gotta ask if you can ask for the number.
Yeah.
There's this whole bunch of crazy shit going on. Matter of
I
fact,
ain't even rolling my window down.
it was a star from afar.
Yeah, it have to be like that, cuz.
That'd be the tough ones, man. I remember the first time I started recognizing this was a problem. The deception from a distance. Or, like I said, like I like to call it a star from afar. You see from a distance, like, oh, what the hell was going down? You pull, oh, shit. Let me turn around. I made a mistake. I made a crucial mistake right now. This was a bad choice.
The fuck was I looking at? What my optometrist said, man, I need to holler at it.
Did you show this the right prescription?
The fuck up.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get caught in some trouble, man, thinking with the wrong head, man. So, definitely. All right, well, that's a big, man. You say safe travels, Professor Trill, and we'll holler you later on, man.
Absolutely. Y'all be careful.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to Professor Trill. What's the motherfucking deal? Who got calling into the den this evening? Or afternoon. Goddamn, so used to it being fucking nighttime.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bill.
True? You're good with me? I take you like anything else as a grain of salt. Or should I say a grain of pepper? Anyway, point being, do I think that we can have perfect racial relations? Absolutely friggin' not. Can it get better? Yes. There's always potential for better, but it's never going to be perfect because human beings are all fallible across the board. Several things I see that hurt across the board is general statements, and the amount of shit shade throwing that doesn't help anybody. It is great that people are authentic, but saying that one race or one culture is a sellout or that they're not good enough because they've chosen something else is being hypocritical. Everybody has the right to their opinions, but they don't have the right to offend others. And that happens and should be said for all sides, not just white, not just black, across the board. You know, racial relations starts when we're responsible for what comes out of our mouths individually. And it's never going to be perfect, but we can get better. It's hard. One of the things is Amanda Seales from, I think it's called not The View, what is it? There's a talk show, and there was controversy about how the fact that she had left. And why is it always there's a suspect of race relations when somebody chooses to leave the show or a program when they're choosing because that particular venue is not something that's allowing their voice to be heard in the way that they want their message to come out, which is why she left, which is fine. But people want to make a big deal about it, and it's not always such a big deal. That being said, society and social media puts sticks in a shit pot and stirs it to figure out how people are going to come up with negative phrasing for things. And everyday life is a whole lot different than the social media highway of hate and shit shows.
Do you think social media encourages people to have more hate?
I think that it promotes the ugliness within us to be spewed over other people because hurt people hurt. And it takes real responsibility and restraint to contribute without trying to be angry and hurting another because we've been hurt. I happen to have fell on a podcast this morning about a black man talking about another black man marrying a white woman, and he was a sellout. And I really have an issue with that. And this actually kind of comes back to Trill. I appreciate the fact that you included me in that. I have an issue because as an individual, I like to be proud of the fact of coming into this with authenticity and being who I am. However, not everybody has that same agenda. And so that's where mixed messages come across. And I think I just went off the page and that became convoluted. But I get upset with the fact of shade being thrown from all sides, and it doesn't really matter where it starts. The fact is once somebody starts throwing, it just ends up becoming a shit show.
Yeah, you get a lot of back and forth, and then once that momentum gets going, it's kind of hard to stop, and then things happen, things get said that sometimes become regrets, but definitely.
I am far, and I have disclaimed this before, I am far from the last person that is religious, don't even know exactly the origins of it. Lewis can tell us later, but when you start with the eye for an eye, the whole world becomes blind. And the other thing is there was a comment about people being angry, and everybody has that right to be angry, but it becomes more empowering when we bring possible solutions to the table and we bring possible answers to the table rather than bringing anger and rhetoric. Now, as far as I've had Becky-like behavior, but let's make this damn clear right now, I sure as fuck am not a Becky.
Put some respect on her name.
Well, I've known a few Beckys in my life, and those are just deserved, and mine's not. Don't have a lot more to say for that. I will say this. I am super proud of Mrs. Meat for being authentic and doing her homework to knowing her truth for her integrity and who she is as a human being. And that's one of the reasons I've always liked her. She may have always come across as controversial, but she's always been authentic to Mrs. Meat. And that is a respect I will always have for her.
Okay. I don't know if I trust that Miss Meat, but I'm glad she shared that.
You're always gonna have some beef with her, and that's okay. But I don't have to, and I'm good with that too. All right, let's hear whoever's next, and if I don't call again, I will listen in tonight.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in for the Day Den, Miss Bell. And the bell has rung. Class is in session, and you have a good afternoon.
You too. Have a great afternoon.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. I forgot to ask Miss Bell something. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the Den this afternoon? You shut up, Miss Meat, goddammit.
What's going on, Honcho, man?
Wink, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this afternoon, Wink?
No, man, a whole lot of shit, man. You walk around, you see all these people, with these mindsets. It's a shame that lives have to be lost for them to remotely get why people feel the way they feel. Lives been lost, families been broken apart, poverty and drugs been pushed in the neighborhoods, taking fathers out of households. You got shit put in place. You giving time out worse, for lesser crimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so much shit that, when a black man dies, he can't just die. It can't just, the person doing it can't just be accountable for what the fuck they did due to their own incompetence. No, they got to go out of their way. Oh, well, he had a criminal history. And not only that, the motherfucker had high blood pressure. Motherfucker, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do? You hold your breath for motherfucking 8 minutes and 47 seconds and don't live the last 2 minutes and 53 seconds of a video. And you tell me, nigga, last time I checked, I didn't see Cuba Gooding Jr. on the floor holding his breath like how he did Men Arnold. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was Carl Brashear on the fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick of this shit, and it's so much shit that I'm gonna have to explain to my sons and my daughters because I'm in the position where I know I'm gonna have to do that. It's heartbreaking to know that we're already dealing with a lot of factors just by being black people. We didn't choose this shit. It chose us. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta stand up for this shit. As far as your topic, as far as what you're saying, as far as is it possible? As long as motherfuckers don't let up and they keep the foot on the back and they don't forget, then of course. Yeah, like Jane Elliott said, this shit could be done in 20. Like literally, this shit could be eradicated in 20 years if it was put to the minds and hearts of people to want this shit to be gone. But you got to understand, an overwhelming majority of the people who are the majority don't want this shit going because they don't see no problem with what the fuck is happening. They ain't around you and me every day, and when they are around us, they're like, well, oh, you're cool, but this other motherfucker over here, hey, he's not in what I think should be a good person, and he don't deserve to live. You got way too many of them existing in this world. Their indication of what they think is good because they see them at a workplace or however that you interact with different, ethnicities, particularly black people. You got the media 24/7 spinning the narrative. We ain't in the household. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. We in jail. We in this. We in that. You go, regardless of how philanthropic you are, regardless of how you could have changed your life around. At the end of the day, you still a nigga, and it don't matter if you LeBron James. It don't matter if you Chris Brown. It don't matter if you Michael Jackson. It don't matter if you nigga Obama. It don't matter if you Ed Honcho. Mm-hmm. You can't stray away from what you are, regardless of the changes you make, and take accountability for the direction of your own life. White folks don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with the fact when you die, they're going to go out of their way and spin the narrative 24/7 to say that, oh, this motherfucker was a criminal, he deserved to die, and have people in comment sections and people on the national media saying, well, yeah, he's got a point, and never get no justice. You see, if a cop kill one of y'all gonna get justice, and if y'all don't get justice, y'all gonna be compensated through civil lawsuits. See, that's the difference. Because a lot of people will sit here and say, oh, well, they kill us, but what about black people? Well, that ain't the fucking topic. Stop making it about you, you narcissistic pieces of shit. You never have to be in nobody else's shoes because at the end of the day, that's not your plan and that's not what this shit was designed for. You don't have to succumb to shit. When you get over that mindset, and when you get over the thought of being weak and not even wanting to come to the table to have a conversation, you know what the fuck what the fuck needs to be done. You don't want it to be done because at the end of the day, you need to sleep good at night. You can't have a neighborhood where black people are in your neighborhood because at the end of the day, that's going to bring the value down. Regardless of how good that person may or may not be. It's what goes on. It's what's been happening. And a lot of people don't want this shit to change. I just seen a little video of a girl that couldn't be no more than 14 years old. She just put her mama and her daddy on the spot for fucking talking about, her daddy was like, yeah, he's ghetto and you need to do this and do that. And they talking about statistics when we all know statistics. And then when she broke the shit down and they didn't have no fucking rebuttal, they did everything they could to silence this girl. And how many white households where parents are out here, whether you old, young, how many of y'all know y'all dealing with people like that that's in your own family, but at the end of the day, that's your family and you can't air them out. You're just as much a problem as they are. How many people in the den are dealing with some shit or have ever dealt or even seen some shit like that and called that shit out? Probably not many of them. I'm not talking to anybody directly. I'm just saying it's what it is. You're afraid of your own. You're afraid of speaking up for racism because, Lord forbid, you speak up on racism and you're deemed you look racist. So being right is the wrong way. And the wrong way is the right way for so many in this country. The lace has been strapped up for a long time when we put these boots on. A lot of us is on the ground taking care of our families. A lot of us are doing things in the community. A lot of people are doing right by everybody and not just their own people. And then I'm not even looking for inclusion because I don't need validations from any white person about anything. Let's just get that straight. And I don't need the messages of what black people want seeking validation because it comes off that way from a lot of people when they talk about things that they want. They made, some things that they're trying to implement right now in Minneapolis. They just made a rule right now where they're enforcing a law now where you cannot, a cop has to intervene when excessive force is being when excessive force is in action. You can't use chokeholds. So things like this are what needs to happen. Higher conviction rates for people who are in a position of legal power to do what they're doing. They need to do their jobs properly. That shit is sad. That shit is sad that, you notice, shit like this only happen when black people die. When Martin Luther King died, look what happened. When Malcolm X died, look what happened. It takes black people dying and black people standing up and black people being united, because at the end of the day, what white Martin Luther King do y'all have? The closest one I can see is Jane Elliott. She's trying to raise awareness and everything and trying to tell people, wake the fuck up and know what the fuck you're doing. You know exactly what's going on. You know you don't want it for you, but at the end of the day, you stay silent on every single issue, and you deflect, because it's a great tactic that a lot of white folks use. If you feel offended by anything that I'm saying, I'm fucking talking to you because you're the problem. If not, you can only add on to knowing what I'm saying. I'm not attacking anybody because I'm not saying no names, but it's just, this is what it's come to. Lives have to be lost. Bloodshed has always had to be lost for any change in the world. So why are people so like, you're more upset about looting than black lives being lost? Anybody who has ever said anything about that is more upset about motherfuckers with insurance who own companies that can find shit that's replaceable, because life ain't replaceable. You only got one of those. YOLO.
Well, I get that. But what about, the black lives that are being lost in looting, like the old gentleman who got shot in the back of the head for them whole ass TVs from a pawn shop? Like, what about that thing? Because that's where my deal is. Like, the lack of organization. Like, I get everything, but it's like the message will never be heard if you continue to allow it to be hijacked, misinterpreted without a clear, concise message and moving in a certain way. And when you start, then my issue with like condoning some of these things is the same as the Floyd deal. It's like, so hey, we gotta kill some of our own just so y'all listen. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where people you allow those things to get overtaken by doing shit like that.
By no means am I condoning, and it's real predictable, that some of the shit I'm saying in the checks. And no, I'm not condoning murder.
No,
I never said that.
No,
but I'm not. No, but it's a typical response from what I'm just seeing. And no, of course not. But I know, in order for the greater good, lives will be lost. It is no greater cause where lives were not lost. You're in Looney Tune land. You live in the land of Roger Rabbit if you believe that.
No, I believe that. I believe that you do. To have change, it's going to take something serious. But again, like I said, but when you are like decimating your own, you're hindering. You're taking your own out along the way. That's my issue. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said when it's organized, I mean, if it has to be, excuse me, if it has to be, conflict, cool. If you move it in unison, I think you're gonna be more efficient in that conflict. But if you just got motherfuckers willy nilly and you allow motherfuckers to attack you on all sides, even from internally, that's where I feel like we start having these issues. Like, I get it, and I understand, and that's why I've been, usually I'm like, it is what it is. It don't make no sense, but I get why people are mad, But it's like, again, move organized. If you're going to attack stores, go for the corporate motherfucker. You fucking over, those same families and all these things that we're talking about, we're trying to protect. It's a lot of motherfuckers taking L's, in the meantime. They may not have those same
things. And how many of them black people was doing everything they can to protect their neighborhoods by taking skateboards and sliding motherfuckers up under the door when they doing everything to destroy the message. You see, It's one thing to say, oh, people are losing property, and I feel bad for the shop owners, the mom and pop stores, but I don't feel fucking sorry for Target.
No,
I don't feel sorry for $1 million. I don't feel sorry for Gucci. I don't feel, nigga, that's a write-off. That's a write-off. That's a tax write-off. Fuck Gucci. Fuck Amazon. Fuck all of these people who taken care of for generations and generations. Fuck them. I ain't talking fuck Walmart. I'm talking, the motherfuckers who's starting up a business where their business wasn't even all the way built and their shit got fucked up. I feel bad for them people. But it ain't about no loot. It ain't even about that. Because I ain't finna spend no time on that, because the fucking national media can spend their time on that whole ass shit, but then they won't sit here and they won't talk about all these motherfucking people out here faking and destroying the messages. What about these bastards?
Exactly.
What about these motherfuckers? How are they being held accountable in the media? They ain't. And the people in comment sections of videos ain't doing that shit either. I'm not for no life, whether it's a cop, whether it's a fucking white man, black man, anybody. Period. I don't want that to be misconstrued, because it's so convenient for people to hear what the fuck they want to hear, because it suits their comfortability at night. They don't have to deal with the fuck we gonna have to deal with tomorrow. And while I may not be dealing with it, and while I may not have had a lot of these encounters, doesn't mean that I haven't had them at some point in my life, and that people that look like me don't have to endure it on an everyday basis because of what the fuck they look like. I mean, at the end of the day, when you care more about the bottom line versus lives, hey, you the motherfucking problem. And at the end of the day, you need a motherfucking reality check. You know what the fuck going on. Just like Drew Brees' bitch ass, he know what the fuck was going on. He knew what the fuck he said. Jake Fromm, he knew what the fuck he was saying. He meant what he said. He was very highly, and now because you want to save face and the blowback isn't what you thought it was going to be, because you thought you was going to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers defending you. Motherfuckers are highlighting who the fuck you really are, and I'm glad they hold the mirror up, because at the end of the day, they only expose themselves. I want to know who the fuck people are. I don't need nobody faking and functioning and trying to placate to a cause they don't even support. Don't save face because you think you need a black friend. No, you don't need a black friend. You learn the value of friendship and learn the value of being a good character, and then those relationships and moving in the right directions can be had.
But speaking of black friends, what about Bill O'Brien's black friend?
What happened?
What about Bill O'Brien's black friend that he can't name?
What? I don't know.
Did you? When you talked about he was talking to a black friend?
Bro, I heard that, and I gave my shit, and I gave my two spills on it. At the end of the day, I can commend him for speaking up, but this ain't the first time some bullshit like this has happened. So, it's real easy when you got to order protection on you and your family to be able to. You got to have 10 people guarding you going to and from work, and all of a sudden to lighten your load and make yourself look comfortable after some shit you still haven't addressed with a player that was let go. Now all of a sudden you're for black lives. I understand how I can look skeptical, but at the end of the day, I ain't gonna vilify him, because the man had enough decency to get on camera, put his face out there, and do something commendable for people that, he can't even that he has nothing in common with. So, okay, all right, he's shown he has some decency in him. But at the end of the day, it's a lot more just like him. There's a lot of owners, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of shit behind the scenes, but you have a lot of people out here saying exactly what it is, exactly how they feel. They don't feel there's nothing wrong with the way the shit is going. And hey, y'all being taken out because you need to be exterminated. You got a lot of motherfuckers thinking just like that too. So, I'm on the side of right. That's gonna always be with I'm for my people. The same way they for their people, the same way Puerto Ricans are for their people, and Panamanians are for their people, and people from the UK is for their people, and how white people are in this country, and how Mexicans are in this country, and how motherfucking Asians are. Nigga, the moment that we have any solidarity, the moment that we even remotely want to include anybody in our causes, look at how quick they saying, oh, nigga, we can't have that. It rubs people the wrong way when black people love themselves and when they garner any attention and when they have self-respect and dignity. Why in the fuck is that even a problem? what's the point of the shoes? What's the point of the shoes if they can't even be tied? That's my call, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna get back on in front because I want to listen to Trill because I didn't hear what the hell he had to say. But shout out to everybody who's moving and shaking and is really standing for something, and everybody else who was in the fucking way and got something to say about it. Eat a fucking dick.
Yeah. Don't worry about that Trill call. He ain't talking about shit.
All right.
That's a bit weak.
Bet.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's my thing though. Like, again, I say people, exercise your rights. Do what you believe in. But is the collateral damage along the way worthwhile? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon? Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Who we got calling into the den?
What's going on, Honcho?
What's going on? Rob, what's the motherfucking deal, man?
What's happening with you?
Oh, man, not too much, man. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there, man. But, it's some real crazy stuff going on. But one of the things that people still don't realize is that our failure to build our communities, to have our own stuff, is the problem here. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Okay, let me see. I wonder why it's so low. Let me see what's going on. Hold on just a second. See if my mic is. That should be it. Hold on 1 second. Is this any different?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. About Candace Owens, I agree with what she said. All right, but I think a lot of people where they misconstrue what she's saying is that they don't understand that conservative people live conservative principles apply all across their lives. They're not going to fuck with you on like a part-time basis. They either fuck with you or they don't. You know what I'm saying? They expect you to be a certain way and act a certain way, be illegal by the citizens, and that's that. So I don't understand where people are talking about he's a great guy. The guy wasn't a good guy. He had a second opportunity. He blew that opportunity by doing, all the things that he was doing. We don't have to go into that no more. But I really think that if people talking about this authenticity, all right, that's some nonsense. The people with the authenticity should have came up with the solution when Eric Gardner got choked out on the sidewalk, right? And when his cops walked free, where were these white protesters then? Where were they? The cops got up and walked right out the courtroom, right? No, none of these white protesters said, look, the problem here is the police manual is teaching these cops these techniques to subdue people. So we need to teach them a new way to subdue and arrest people, right? A new procedure, a new technique, and then have a penalty for people or police officers who continue to use it against those rules. See, Chauvin, when he did that thing, one, like I said, he was taught to do it, right? And he had no fear of doing it. Just like, remember where the guy choked Gardner out? Like I said, everybody knew that the chokehold was illegal, but he did it anyway because there was no fear of him doing it.
Correct.
So, where are these protesters? All these white protesters that's claiming to help us. They're claiming to be on our side. They're not on our side. They're out there with their own agenda. They're full of shit. All right? If they wanted to help us, they would have got the police all across the country, and nobody still hasn't even talked about this. They need to change the procedure on how you arrest people, what tactics and techniques that you can use. All right? I'm tired of hearing this shit with these fuckboy niggas always going out here, getting arrested, doing dumb shit, and then we got to blow all our social and political capital on nonsense, man. Nonsense. If you look at that video, this guy, the one cop is on the pavement side of the cop or street trying to pull him into the car. The other two on the street side of the car trying to push him into the car. So if he's not, why is he not getting into the car? Is he that high or that uncontrollable that he just won't get in there and sit the fuck down? He's handcuffed. You know what I'm saying? So because they're going to use this, his resistance and all that kind of stuff against him, to try to mitigate that, their loss. You know what I'm saying? Because the family want to sue and all of that. So they're going to try to mitigate that loss as much as possible by saying that he was resisting, he was on drugs, and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm saying this goes back to, like I said, what Candace was saying is these are not the kind of people that we should be running around here talking about. Oh, well, he was a good guy. No, he wasn't a good guy. All right, that's just that. We stand for the principle that nobody should have to have their necks leaned on for 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's just dumb shit. All right. So that's what she's saying. The fact that people are talking about they don't agree with her, like I said, tell me, would you have somebody like him around your family, around your children? I mean, we don't even have to go there. You know what I'm saying? So another thing I wanted to touch on, somebody in here was talking about black women and black men, or some crap about that. But I wanted to talk about the issue with Breonna Taylor, because they got that same protest and all that going on down there about her too. And Breonna Taylor, made a bad decision by dealing with Jamarcus Glover, in the first place. See, because when this first story broke, I thought that maybe, the other dude, the boyfriend, might have been complicit in some of that, right? Because her family was saying the same thing. She was a good girl. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Then the lawyer exposed the fact that she had dated this guy for like 2 years. This guy, Jamarcus Glover, who was mailing the dope to her house. All right. So, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not going to go for the fact that you dating somebody that don't have no job, no car, nothing, and you didn't know that he was selling drugs. I'm not going for that. All right. So when black women make bad decisions like that, dealing with that same thing with like what Candace is saying, dealing with them kind of people. She may have made a bad decision, but Jamarcus Glover brought that fucking trouble to her house, brought it right to her front door. That's why she is dead. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you shouldn't, like Candace was saying, you shouldn't be fucking with dudes like that. I keep telling these black girls, you need to raise your goddamn standards. If niggas don't know how to do nothing, they ain't got no jobs, they ain't got no fucking cars, homes, nothing that indicates discipline, maturity, and responsibility, they should not be getting no pussy from you. I don't understand how you could just jump up, have a baby for a nigga that don't have nothing. But it's one thing not to have nothing, but when you're not trying to do anything and you're not trying to do something legal, that's a key indicator right there that you shouldn't even be fucking with him. And Miss Shelley, as far as I'm concerned, if you need to know where I stand on any of these issues, you need to go listen to some of these previous rants, and they'll let you know right where I stand with black women, because I support black women. I do not support these ratchet-ass bitches, street niggas, thug niggas, gang niggas, and gang culture. Because for some reason, y'all just love these motherfuckers, man. Y'all come out hard as fuck with it. But never have I ever seen y'all riot for anything for the good of the black community. Y'all go hard and tear up the whole goddamn town, for fuckboy niggas, but y'all won't do nothing for, black rights or, black economics, none of that. So I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. It's really pissing me off. These niggas are so ignorant. You tore up your own goddamn community. In Philadelphia, man, they tore up the goddamn supermarkets. They was going in and out of the supermarkets for 15 hours straight. Supermarkets gone. Now people not only have lost jobs, these people can't create income. They can't create revenue. And, these people pay taxes, and a lot of those taxes fund all of these little bullshit social programs that all these welfare motherfuckers be using. So you not only tore up this shit, you tore up the shit that was actually funding, your fucking programs. So I don't understand why they keep doing this shit, man. Why we keep blowing our fucking social and political capital on nonsense, man. Straight nonsense. All that fucking dude had to do was get in the car. If Al Sharpton was so fucking worried about fucking black men, he should have been telling the goddamn police, that we need somebody to change the standards or establish a standard for arrest techniques all across the country. And it's still not happening. Even during the riots, cops are still putting their knees on fucking people's backs or their necks. So why are we I don't understand why we're doing this shit, man. I really don't. It's really making me angry. You got all this, Kanye West out here donating money, all of this shit to these people. Dude, you took your fucking business overseas. You took your business to white people. You know what I'm saying? You didn't build a motherfucking thing in the black community. Not nothing. You know what I'm saying? These people don't have. If we need, like I was trying to explain earlier in the chat, we don't need LeBron James to build schools. Y'all pay taxes just like everybody else. Your tax money builds schools. You're supposed to build your fucking business infrastructure. You're supposed to be building technology companies. All of this shit so black people can go to work and have their own commerce. You know, all you fucking people, most of y'all work for the white man because you didn't do like Malcolm X told you and build your own fucking communities, man. How many times we gotta fucking keep saying this? Why ain't none of those NBA players go down there to fucking Detroit and Cleveland and buy up all them fucking dilapidated neighborhoods and create their own neighborhoods, build their own companies? You know, why? And because all of this goes to the fact that we have no functional politics, man. And as long as you don't have a functional politics, you might as well just go away because you're never going to have nothing. The only time y'all ever get together on anything is when somebody gets shot. Y'all said the same exact shit y'all was saying now that when fucking Nipsey Hussle got killed. The same thing when fucking Pop Smoke got killed. The same shit. That's the only time y'all fucking come out and want to talk about something. You know, and honestly, I don't want to talk about George Floyd. I really don't, because him and people like him are somebody that I'm not going to fuck with. Not here, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to start concentrating on, you know, building our fucking communities and keep these fucking people and these other fucking interracial people that think that, you know, because they doing a little fucking swirling, that they know something about the black community. They don't know shit about the black community, and they ain't doing shit to fucking help us. All right? We need people that can fucking build our fucking shit. We need to get these goddamn entertainers, sports people, and these athletes in a mindset that they need to fucking build here. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre fucking gave $70 million to fucking Stanford. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't give $70 million to fucking Compton. He did just like the record said, got his ass straight out of there. You know what I'm saying? So when, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And why are people fucking supporting him and he's not supporting us? Why are you buying their shit? You know, if you like a basketball team, tell them motherfuckers you want a basketball jersey with no number on it. You know what I'm saying? And then the motherfucking athletes get the message. You know what I'm saying? But stop buying their shit, man. Stop fucking with them. You know, they just like the fucking Democrats. They only come around when it's time to pass out a fucking turkey or a fucking game or some bullshit. And then, you know, after that, they don't want to talk to you. And why black people are even thinking about voting for fucking Democrats are fucking is just ridiculous, man. These people have offered you nothing. Nothing. Bernie Sanders told you motherfucker to your face that reparations was divisive. He just said, man, basically, man, fuck y'all. You know, that's just crazy. That's the most. Everybody in the world, fuck, they had some type of issue with reparations, got it, except black. But you know, he just said, fuck y'all. You know, this fraud Charlemagne the God just got slapped down by fucking Joe Biden. Told this motherfucker that he ain't even black. I mean, come on, man, are you serious?
You know, the craziest thing about that is how many black entertainers just accepted it like it was okay to say it. Said nothing, like didn't have an issue with it. But had it been anybody else, you know, that they're not under the thumb of, it'd have been a big issue. But it was, it's true. Now it's true when he says something. But you say other side has said something like this for quite some time, we don't want to acknowledge it. So it's only the truth when it's convenient.
Yeah, but I'm going to end with, you know, like I said, Candace is talking to you from a conservative standpoint. Mm-hmm. And a conservative standpoint requires you to apply conservative principles all across your life. No part-time, no time-out, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And black people, they fuck with a lot of people that you can walk right outside now and they'll look and see people in their community and know that they doing wrong, all types of fucking bullshit, and they won't fuck with them or say nothing to them because they cool with them, because they like them, you know, or because they just don't fuck with them or cause them any inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of fuckery that, like I said, other races are not going to tolerate. You know, there's a Chinese rapper on YouTube, and this motherfucker had the audacity to say that, you know, I wouldn't sell drugs in my community because they wouldn't tolerate that shit, so we go to the hood and do it. You know what I'm saying? And until we get out of that shit, until we have a functional politics, until we have our own business commerce centers, man, we ain't never going to achieve nothing. Never. We need to stop. And the very thing we need to do is stay the fuck home on fucking November 4th. You either vote for fucking Trump or you stay the fuck home. You need to send Democrats the message that you're no longer to be taken for granted. Donald Trump beat 97% of your vote by himself. All right, he don't even fucking need y'all, but he's still fucking helping y'all out. All right, so why is it that you go? And then another thing, even if you wasn't, it's clear evidence that black people don't know shit about politics, because if Democrats won't give you what you fucking want, why haven't you fucking cowards went over to fucking Republicans and tried to negotiate something with them to get the things that you fucking need? You know what I'm saying? That's how the fucking game is played. You know, but for you to just sit here for fucking 50 years and have never approached these fucking people, and then you're gonna sit here and say that conservatives are bad, they're this, that. No, you never even came on this side of the fucking street. All right, and so until you fucking niggas start fucking getting on that program, like I told you before, ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You either fucking on the right side of the street or you on the wrong side of the fucking street. Simple as that. We protect your fucking right to life, but that's because we're protecting the right to life for everyone. If you don't like that, the hell with you. But I'm telling you, we need fucking black people that can lead. We need black people that can go to Congress and Senate for us and that can lead. And quit voting for the same old people every fucking term. You voted for these people for all these old people been in there, and they're supposed to be fucking 80 years old. You know, y'all been voting for these fucking people for 30 years, and they ain't delivered shit. You know, Donald Trump in 3 years has delivered you more shit than all of them fucking combined. All right? So they need to, like I said, get their shit together, because, like I said, they just seen this fucking movie, and with Eric Gardner, nobody did shit. Nobody helped us. And the rest of it is just bullshit. All right? I don't want to hear all of this fake rage and all of this shit, man. Black guy shot a black girl in the face in New York. None of you niggas said nothing. Nothing. You didn't say shit. All right? And you talk about black, then you want to start that black queen shit. All right? When you fucking shoot a woman in the face and don't do a motherfucking thing. None of you, even these pussy motherfuckers that was there at that fucking Floyd shit, they was on the side filming. They didn't do shit. They didn't make no noise. They didn't throw shit. They could have did anything to get that man's fucking knee off his neck. Them pussies didn't do nothing. And it's one factor, like I said, niggas are fucking scared, man. They're fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no fucking heart. They just fucking start that bullshit filming and whining and crying like bitches and hiding behind women's skirts. All right? They need to fucking get their ass up. Black men need to fucking start standing the fuck up and fucking making this shit happen. All right? Like I said, all this shit that y'all was talking about, y'all said the same shit after Nipsey Hussle. Y'all said the same shit after Pop Smoke. And nothing got done. Nothing. All right, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. It's time for fucking action. Somebody need to call LeBron James and the rest of them bitch-ass niggas out. Why you ain't got no factories in this fucking community? Yeah, because it's the truth, man. You know, everybody talking about that. Like I said, they'll play 60 with you and come around and visit you in the hospital, but you ask that motherfucker to build a technology company and hire blacks in your community. Ask them to build a fucking a factory to fucking make clothes and all that shit. They won't do nothing. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing Malcolm Jackson's got to fucking say. Nothing. All right, now that bullshit Kaepernick is talking, fuck him. We ain't talking that bullshit, man. Malcolm Jenkins ain't this shit, but run his fucking mouth. A motherfucker that got a degree in fucking communications, and all he does is talk shit. All right, he ain't done nothing to rally them. He ain't done nothing to rally them fucking black players in them fucking leagues to build something. Them stupid motherfuckers ain't even came up with a way yet to take care of themselves. They talking about they want the white man to save Delonte West. Delonte West out here fucking getting stomped on, smoking crack, doing all kinds of fuckboy shit. You know what I'm saying? And he wants fucking people. They want the white man to come and save him. Y'all should have had a fucking Kendall Gill from New Jersey Nets, I believe, had tried to get them to do something as far as like their own private pension. Them niggas was like, oh, nah, man, we don't want to do none of that. Yeah. You know, they want to fucking buy Bentleys and, ride around with a car full of white women and all that old bullshit. And like I said, the black community, think about it, after 60, 70 fucking years, is like 50 fucking times worse than it was in the fucking 60s, man. Yeah. 50 fucking times worse. All right? So I'm tired of the whining and the bullshit. You know, niggas need to get their act together, and like I said, until something, and it seems like it only takes it takes something drastic to get these niggas' attention. But I don't know what else can be done. Like I said, I'm through fucking with them, you know, until, like I said, they come to some semblance of a functional politics. I'm voting for Trump. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He delivered on the shit that he said he was going to do. You know, he came with the jobs. He fucking hooked up the military. He gave black people money. He gave black churches money. He gave the fucking HBCUs a fucking permanent fucking deal, so they don't have to come in there begging for fucking money every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why black people, like I said, wouldn't at least try what the fuck he got. And, you know, when, like I said, for 50 years, they ain't got shit. So otherwise, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. I'm glad. I'm always glad to hear a Rob call, man. Rob gets me fired up every time you call, man. I'll be acting. I'll be ready to hit the street or some shit.
You know, like I said, man, it got to be some change, man. And the only change that we're gonna get, the only time thing that, like the dude was saying, that the broke niggas, man, it ain't the broke. It's like I said, every race is doing things to build up their fucking community.
Correct.
Latinos are building, Indians are building, Chinese are building up their communities. Why are y'all in such a fucking race to give all your fucking money to everybody else?
Correct.
You know, why ain't these, remember, Willie, Gary, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jordan, all these motherfucking billionaires, and they have yet to band together and build anything, anywhere in a black community. Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't control nothing. So, you know, whites are superior to blacks, but not for the fucking reasons that you ignorant niggas think. They're superior because they're outdoing. They're out going after, you know, minerals. They're looking for fucking ore. They're fucking moving, you know, mass agricultural. They're doing everything in mass together for their fucking people. You know what I'm saying? So why aren't you out there doing the same thing? Because that argument that, oh, well, we don't have the capabilities, that don't fly no more when you got all these motherfucking millionaires. But understand something, man. The sports leagues by themselves have created more fucking millionaire opportunities for blacks, right, than white boys. Yeah. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? More than the white dudes. You get more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, every time you turn around, they're coming home broke. They don't have no type of investment. You know, and like I said, it's a gold mine waiting in fucking in black communities. A fucking gold mine. If they could just get these fools to go in there, you know, revitalize, develop, and build it the fuck up. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean that's the way I feel, man. That's what I got.
I agree. And I mean, because, you know, if they don't do it, somebody else is about to. And then, you know, on the other side, people gonna complain, well, they came in, they did. Well, you could do it for yourself, you know, and a little bit of appreciation and for your own shit will go a long way. But, you know, I think you kind of see that even with the ride and everything. Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, we can talk about all the external shit, but I agree with you. You know, economic is the first thing. Actually,
yeah, because it ain't there. Yeah. It's not there. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a video on YouTube with a group of black men, and they had like on their block, they had their own business, and they were standing out there with guns. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, defending their shit. Mm-hmm. So you'll defend your shit, but it's okay for you to go down and tear up the shit downtown, which is, you know, like the heartbeat of most cities. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of that mode, and the reason those people feel like they don't care is because they're not participating in, you know, the economy at large. They're not participating in commercial business and all that kind of shit. And we got to change that by stop giving these people our fucking money, build your shit, and stop supporting fucking actors and fucking musicians and athletes that's not willing to invest and support you on your community. That's something, man. I keep telling people, LeVar Ball, he's silly as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But he had the right idea. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to fucking manufacture his own fucking shoes and sell them at a premium. We should have fucking went to Shaq and one of these other fucking billionaire motherfuckers and said, look, man, we can make our own shit, and then we can cut better fucking marketing deals to the fucking athletes. You know what I'm saying? And do you think that they would do that? Just running around, and they're satisfied with grafting their resources onto white financial trees and growing new white trees instead of growing black trees. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. You know, and until we get somebody to represent us and put that on paper and get us onto some type of plan and introduce some standards, man, shit's going to stay fucked up. This going to happen again because they're not addressing the problem. Right now, they're just mad and all that. And like I said, the problem is change the fucking standards, change the techniques, and get somebody out here besides that dickhead Al Sharpton to fucking represent us. So I'm going to get off and let somebody else talk.
All
but
right.
Thanks, man. And
Rob.
I'll try to hit you up again later on.
All right. Well, as always, Rob, man, I really appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt.
All right. You have a good one.
Be safe out there.
All right, you too. Man, shout out to Rob. Every time Rob calls in, I get fired up, man. I'm telling you. Love it. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon?
What's good, Honcho?
Dakota, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going down, Mr. Dakota? How you feeling about today's topic, sir?
Today's topic. Man, I could give a flying about racial, unity?
Unity, yes.
And this is why. Racial unity is a bunch of bullshit. Because racially, or I'm going to say ethnical, these other ethnicities didn't fuck with us. When they noticed there was a clear problem with police brutality in the black community, they didn't fuck with us. You know what they told us? Well, do better. Well, get off drugs. We'll do this and do that. It was a whole bunch of fucking excuses. Instead of saying, "Hey, there's a clear problem. Let's help." No, when niggas decided to be about their dumb life, because that's what it is, be about that dumb life and go tear up shit, they realized these niggas were serious. Oh, let's jump on the bandwagon and say, "We're here, we're standing with you," when you didn't fuck with us at first. You didn't. And then, you know what I kept hearing when it was, the numbers was oh, well, it's more it's more white people dying at the hands of cops than it is black people. Yeah, but it's more, y'all. And that number is unusually high, like Trill pointed out. For us to only be 12% of the population, why is that number damn near the same as yours? There's a clear-cut fucking racial inequality. I mean, racial bias when it comes to when it comes to law enforcement and fucking black people. You can't dispute it. Now, as far as racial unity, like I said, I don't give a fuck about it. And I wanted to address something somebody said. I can't remember who it was. But they said, I don't have the right to offend you. Bullshit. I have the right to say what the fuck I want to say. Now, I also have the right to defend myself, because if I offend you and you don't like what comes out of my mouth, I better be ready for what follows.
Correct.
If you decide to hit a nigga in the mouth, then we gotta go. We gotta go a couple rounds. But yes, I have every right to say what I want to say and offend you. And if you don't like it, you can do two things: either square up with me or get the fuck out of my face. Which is why it ain't too many white people I fuck with. Not because I just don't like them. It's just y'all don't fuck with me, and I know it. Just look at social media. I have seen in the past week more racial posts from white people than I have seen in the history of social media. In 1 week, it's, oh, go back to Africa this. Y'all are complaining and whining. This is this. That is that. Y'all are throwing temper tantrums. It's like, nah, bruh. At what point was this shit gonna stop? And you know what bothers me the most about this racial unity aspect of shit? Motherfuckers always want black people to be the voice of everybody. Now we gotta stand up for every fucking community that experiences police brutality. Now we gotta stand up for every community that is being killed at the hands of police. No. Because when it was happening to us, y'all didn't say nothing. But now it's happening to everybody, and only black people are deciding to do something about it. It's, oh well, what about us? What about us? What about us? Fuck you, you, and you. Because you didn't fuck with me, you didn't fuck with me, myself, and I when it came to that aspect. So get the fuck out of my face with this racial unity. We need to all stand together. At the end of the day, racism and classism is all the same shit. It's a certain construct based on criteria that most of us will never fit. That's what it is. Whether you suffer from classism or racism, it's always going to be somebody in the world that doesn't fuck with you. Point blank, period. Now, this is the thing. I don't have to fuck with you to have commerce with you. Like my profession. I just went and did a small job. 2 lights and a fucking dryer plug. Motherfucking white dude had the nerve to ask me, what do I think about the protest? I didn't answer. Like, for what? Nigga, why do you need to know? I'm here to do a job, my G. I'm here to put your lights in, put this dryer plug in, and you pay me my money and I get the fuck out of your house. Point blank, period. I ain't here to try to have a conversation with you. I ain't trying to experience your white guilt. I don't want to do none of that. Or if you want to tell me your racist point of views, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Pay me what you owe me so I can get the fuck out of your house. Point blank, period. I don't have to like you to do business with you. I don't. That's the shit that bothers me. And black people, it is fucking okay to say you want shit for yourself. Because you know what the Mexicans do? They have shit for themselves. Just like the Chinese have shit for themselves. Just like the white people have shit for themselves. It's only a problem, and it's only...
You there? Oh, shut the fuck up. What the fuck is going on, man? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, Miss Rashida?
I'm doing great. How are you, Mr. Honcho?
I'm good. Just trying to figure out why the den line keeps hanging up on people. It's been like hanging up on somebody like every day this week.
Still ain't figured that out, huh?
So if it just randomly hang up on you, it wasn't my fault.
Is it the den line or is it you?
It's the den line. I would never do such a thing. Only people I hang up on is like Kenneth Cologne. That's the only person I hang up on.
And yesterday I called and I saw you looking at the phone. You just let it ring, huh? And then you hit the hang. You just closed the whole damn den line on.
It was the last prior call. And so I was wrapping up after that. Yes, ma'am.
So you just gonna admit you just
whatever.
Call and you hang. Okay.
And you said I did not hang up on you. That would be false. But I did not take any further calls after the last call of the evening yesterday.
All right. Moving along.
I didn't know nothing. So
hey, then people, how y'all doing? Hey, Miss Bell. Hey, Miss Grace. Hey, Trill. And anybody else I missed. I didn't mean to miss you.
So you been out protesting, Miss Rashida?
Oh, no.
Why not? Do you not support the cause?
Yeah, I support the cause. I just, I can support in spirit.
Okay. You do any looting?
That's none of your business.
Okay.
No.
I'm just saying. I mean, if the price is right, I'm trying to shop. What you talking?
Honcho looked like the laughing dog on a version of Duck Hunt.
They didn't really loot in my particular area. They did it more so on the west side and the south side. So. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, a lot of shit was boarded up. I think people had took precautionary measures There's a lot of places up north boarded up, so, okay. But what I did find interesting was dumbass black people sitting up there looting and tearing they shit up with the white people, and the white people going home to their areas that's unlooted and still nice and good. So y'all dumb as fuck for that, period.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
They help y'all. They came into y'all area helping y'all tear y'all shit up, writing tagging Black Lives Matter and shit, and y'all dumbass is just, Lord, I don't even want to talk about this shit.
So okay, well, let's step away from the protests and appreciate the love.
You know what I want to say right quick? I watched the interview with George Floyd friend. He was in the car with Floyd when police pulled him over and got him out the car. And I'm like, how you gonna be there and you see them having your friend on the ground for 9 minutes, 8, well, yeah, and you didn't do nothing, even though you was technically still in the car, you was there on the scene, you saw what happened, and then you said you didn't even find out about it until the next day, meaning you didn't even try to go to the hospital to see how he was doing.
Wait. So you said he ain't found out till the next day. So wait. He didn't realize that he got taken away.
Yes, he was there when the paramedics came. Yes, he was there throughout, the ordeal. Yeah. And they let him go. Yeah, he didn't leave before he saw what happened.
Appreciate the love, Miss Betty Spaghetti. Thank you so much.
Oh, geez.
That's terrible.
You gotta watch the interview. I forgot his name, but if you look it up on YouTube, you probably can find it. But yeah, I just saw that today. I can't believe I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, he was sitting in the car with George Floyd and the toilet.
So at this point, we're talking about, equality, unity, or however you want to look at it, however you want to identify it. Do you think that will ever be a thing here in America?
Equality and unity? We can't even have it within our own race, so how we going to unite with other races? Don't we need to start at home? We need to fix that shit first. And until we come up with that solution, ain't nothing gonna work.
Very interesting. Are you a fan of Sean King?
No.
Why not?
I listen to him here and there, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, he just seemed a little bit in it for the money, pretty much. I don't know, he just seemed a little bit, I don't know, just inauthentic. That's the word for it. Yeah. Word I'm looking for. He's inauthentic. So, why you ask me that?
I'm just asking because he had put out a message about voting, and he actually mentioned the fact that Democrats are running all the cities with the worst police brutality in America. And I found that surprising that he would even say that.
Well, if that's what the facts are, that's what the facts are. Right. But see, another problem with the black community is we fund every other community but our own. Yeah. The black dollar multiply in every other community but ours. Our own shit in our own community. So when people say we paying up our own shit, not really. Unless you talking about people housing or whatever. Because we don't own them damn businesses. You might own a few, but the majority of them, we don't own.
Good afternoon, Honcho. IDK who that last gentleman was. But they definitely need to remove the sand out of their hole. and watch and read some Jocko, David Goggins, or Dan Crenshaw.
And a lot of people that already been through riots, like we already had riots in Chicago, y'all know them businesses don't come back, but y'all still out there tearing up shit. That's the fuck shit I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, all of it again, like I say, it's a repeated cycle. And again, we've seen it happen over and over again. You know, again, same results. I don't know what makes. I don't again, like I said, that I think a lack of organization at the top is going to continue to generate the same results. But I think this one, this whole kind of worldwide situation, does it feel different to some of the others that have happened to you?
Repeat that, please.
So does this incident with George Floyd, like the riots that are coming, we've like I said, you've rioted before, you've had situations before, but the riots that are coming out of this situation with George Floyd and this situation kind of as a whole, does it give off a different feel than maybe some of the other instances of police and black men that we've heard about over the last few years?
This one, it just seems the I wouldn't even call them protest. I would call them vandals and thieves. Now.
Okay. Appreciate the love, Mr. L. Lobo. Okay, so you said they're vandals and thieves. They're not protesters. So you think that this...
If you felt like that about police brutality, you should have had your ass at every instance of police brutality against black people. Don't just show up and show out when you feel like it's something in it for you with the looting or just trying to tear people's shit up. People work hard for their shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we need to cross-contaminate the issue. One issue is police brutality. The other issue is the reaction to it, which was the rioting and the vandalism. I'm not more upset about the riots and the vandalism than I am about the police brutality. I feel like that.
Okay. I mean, and I can understand
and you know
that.
What? Did you see George Floyd funeral? It was nice. They sent him.
I didn't see it. It was when I realized it was only a little bit late. I was kind of behind, and but I saw everybody talking about. Like I said, the thing I saw everybody talking about that was trending more than the rest of the funeral was Tiffany Haddish. Apparently,
it was good. It was good. I mean, if you could say a funeral was good, Al Sharpton, he delivered a great speech.
That's your pal Al.
Yeah, and I think his main message was get up off our neck. With the white supremacy.
I got paid some good money to get that speech.
Well, I don't know if they paid him or not. You know, I doubt it.
Shit, Al got paid. Al ain't doing shit for free.
I don't know, but he brought Eric Gardner's mother along. So I thought that was good. Reached out to her because similar incidents happened. And what else I wanted to say was, I'm not that interested in racial unity. To be
Really?
honest with you. Yeah, because if it's gonna cause another sacrifice of a black life to achieve that, I'm not interested. We ain't got no more black lives to spare. You know what I'm saying? Every time we gotta fight and struggle for this and that, no. Stop the shit. Stop. Just stop. Why do it have to cause us, our life, to unite with somebody that probably don't even want to unite with us anyway? Because if you don't unite, you don't need to say we unite. You just unite. The fuck?
But I mean, if there's been so much, negative imagery and propaganda and beliefs that is being pushed around black people. So people say, hey, we're getting the short end of the stick. We're getting misrepresented in the media. Just from multiple angles, we're getting discredited here.
They ain't getting misrepresented by shit. They getting exposed for the dirty shit that they do. The ones that do it. It don't have to overshadow the good one.
So
the same way the media expose the bad ones, they can expose the good ones. I see stories on good deeds time do as well as so it is what it is.
okay, and so you say that you're not as upset about the looting as you are about what happened. And I agree with that. I mean, because that's the start of that was the catalyst that it's
I'm
led
just
to.
saying it's different issues. I'm not saying I'm not upset.
No.
I'm just saying it's different issues.
Okay.
That's all.
So how do we?
Level figure, some people had almost seemed like they was more upset about the loss of property than they were about the loss of a human life.
I mean, and I get it, but here's the thing, right? And people say, well, oh, it's messed up. We mad about the loss of property. Be standing on your porch, within reach of some form of firearm, and let somebody just break into your car. What is your response?
Stop or I will shoot. No. I don't know. I mean, I probably would try to call 911. I don't know that I would confront a person. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm not trying to be no hero over no property.
Yeah, but here's my thing. If it's not mine, I'm not gonna do all that. But I'm saying, if you are a small business owner and you've been putting in work for 10 years, 7 years, whatever, 15 years. And, this is something that you grew from nothing and had to make a name for yourself, establish clientele, like all these things. To me, it's not just the property. I look at things, from the business aspect. And again, if this is your business, because it's not just
it was her business and her husband's business. And he was outside on the ground. Somebody had, I guess, knocked him out or whatever. She was inside cleaning up. She went outside to check on him. But somebody hit her in the back of the head with a crowbar.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying.
But that's
now
what I'm
saying.
So doesn't that work the opposite way though? Aren't other people valuing lives? I mean, valuing the property of life. We're sitting here talking, oh, fuck them buildings, but it's people who are beating each other. I watched a video of a man he looted an iMac, and then two motherfuckers ran up on him and beat him up, and took the iMac. So the looters are even getting looted. I've watched several videos of looters fighting each other for stolen clothing. Like, I've seen motherfuckers moving in my life. And so my thing is, if they're willing to beat other people up, they killed that older retired cop for some fucking pawn store TVs. And there's been several other names and people who have gotten caught up in things. Who was the gentleman who had the barbecue spot? And, we talked about the black bar owner, but, they did a GoFundMe for him. But again, but people are willing to attack these people to loot through. So aren't those people valuing the material over the person too? The people who are actually like out there just stealing, aren't you valuing the material over George Floyd's life? Because that's the message, what it's supposed to be. But if you out there just to steal and hit licks, on other motherfuckers, then you're just as bad as anybody else that's discrediting us. You have no intentions of supporting George Floyd. You just out there for your own personal come up. So, like, I think again, separate issues. Absolutely separate issues.
That's what I feel. Those people, they don't represent the people that were actually there in the name of Floyd. Because I think for the most part, the protests were peaceful.
Yeah,
but it got overshadowed. Yeah, but it got overshadowed by the vandals and the rioters.
I agree.
And my mayor, she's trying to introduce police reform now, and I hope it actually works. Because in our city we desperately need it. You know what I'm saying? So she's trying to have the manual, the training manual. She's trying to have that updated and have that that particular chokehold removed.
You talking about Little Lori?
Yeah, Miss Lightfoot.
Okay, little Lightfoot, little light from down the way. Okay.
And she's also trying to have more interaction between the police and civilians. Having them work together. I think is necessary.
I think that's the biggest thing, and I can't remember who mentioned it. I don't want to give false credit, but whoever said it, go ahead and claim your credit. But about, that these police in the neighborhoods they work, may need to work to beat. They need to get out and, actually communicate with people, like introduce, like show that you're not just there to pull up, rough some motherfuckers up and get on. Like, I think if you make your face familiar, people get comfortable with you. It builds rapport. Because, we sit here and say, oh, niggas hate police. Niggas, come on, man. Niggas is snitching is at an all-time high. Niggas don't hate police. They just don't want to be caught up in uncomfortable situations. If it benefit them, they going to fuck with it. So if they know some shit going down that's a detriment to their family or whatever else, then, they going to call if you're a business or whatever else it's going to be. But if they don't feel comfortable either way, they'd rather take their chances dealing with the niggas in the hood than the motherfucking police, especially if you have this nationwide stigma going on with it. But I think because they are the professionals that I think the police need to reach out for. I mean, we're just people. We exist. We live in the neighborhoods we live in where you can afford whatever. I think being the professional, being the ones that actually get training and things like that, like, it's going to be difficult, probably uncomfortable, but I think
they need to actually get out their fucking cars and walk around the damn area.
Yeah, that's
to
what
know
I'm
the
saying.
people.
Yeah.
Because maybe if you got to know the people, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have such a negative reaction.
Because they're going to know you as the person more so
the
than just the cop.
Especially when you're not used to interacting with a certain race. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them probably not used to being around black people, but they get their job and that's where they're going, for the most part. So definitely need more outreach.
Yeah.
And then that would help the people too, you know what I'm saying? So when you see a police, you ain't like, damn, they don't 12. What they want. Always harass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be, if you used to them and you kind of know them a little bit, it would just be better.
Yeah. It's just,
And until we start shit like that all around the country, ain't shit gonna change.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be another protest at the next cop shooting, killing, whatever, however you want to say.
But at the same time too, I can see it, with everything that's going on. If you are in law enforcement, and you like, well, I'm not fucking Derek Chauvin. I didn't do this shit. I came out here trying to do the right things. And you see the rest of the world, the rest of America talking about, hey, defund the police and cancel cops and all that other stuff. Then you start thinking a particular kind of way when you're dealing with people. Because now you don't know what kind of energy the person has that you have to deal with, and things like that.
He had 50 goddamn other police officers at his house. They wasn't there. They was there to guard him.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they already have that code, code blue or whatever they want to call it, where they look out for each other. So can't say, you know what I'm saying, like people you cops is bad because of this and I'm not included in that, but your silence is accepted. Your willingness to look the other way or still support that person when you know that they in the wrong.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, if you know about it and you don't say shit about it, then you are definitely
Exactly.
a part of it. I mean, you're not stopping it. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said,
And why do you have to wait on a paramedic to treat him? As first responders, they should know CPR. I don't think none of them trying to do no CPR on him. So at what point did y'all really give a damn about that man?
There was no real concern there.
Yeah, if it was an accident or you didn't intend to kill him, I would think you would have tried to help save him.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
But no, we don't stand around and wait on the paramedics to come. And probably go on their phones and shit. I mean, what was they doing in the meantime? Just waiting around? I know damn well they know CPR.
Yeah, I did see that too. Just so they said that, and that's crazy. I actually, if that's true, that one cop is extremely unfortunate. I think that the one that was, I think it was the Asian one, who everybody hates the most. It's like they hate the little Asian dude more than Derek Chauvin. They was like he's standing there, he should have told him something. But I think he was a rookie. And I think he actually only been on the force like a couple of days. And I think somebody, I think they said it was him who said that you wasn't supposed to be, you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't, do something. He told him, no, this is what we're doing, I guess. So Derek Chauvin basically told him, no, this is the procedure. This is what we're going to do. But if he's only been on the force a couple of days and he's involved in this, if you're going to get anybody to crack, that's your weak link right there. He hasn't built up the relationship with these dudes, as some of the other. But depending on how bad he wanted to become a cop, having to go through the academy, maybe he's looked up and this is what he wanted to be his dream job. He may hold it down. But I think he's gonna definitely fold and make sure he get everything off his back. He's he went to go be a cop, and within your first week or so of working, you're in fucking jail, facing a hefty sin. Like, that's so ass backwards. Of course, he's the one. He's like confused as fuck right now. Like, how the fuck did I get in this situation? And so he's gonna be looking for whatever alternative he can to get out. So I wouldn't be surprised if you hear anything from him. Okay. Well, here's the deal. This wasn't gonna be like. No matter of fact, I'm gonna take this call because I don't know what happened. I don't know if I hung up. I don't know what's going on, right? And I did not. So I didn't do that. I didn't do deliveries, but because it hung up on Dakota earlier, we're gonna end the show with Mr. Dakota getting to finish his points, and then we'll wrap it up after that. Mr. Dakota,
you hung up on me, Honcho.
Man, I cannot control the denline. It has a mind of its own. I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to have to look into it. Maybe I got some kind of crazy setting or something on, but I don't know what, because it's always at different times. But you were kind of saying you really weren't with it,
And as far as the rioting and the protest, which brings me to my second point. The rioting and the protesting, I'm with it. And this is why. If you decide to come down my street, Airtech, Dunton Glen, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you want to tear up shit, riot and protest, cool. Do what you do. But just know, when you kick in my door, you better be in. I treat my house like Mecca, okay? The holy place for me. If I'm standing in my children's room, you are royally fucked. And I said it last night. You will fuck like a porn star in a gangbang. Because what I got in my children's room, if I shoot through that west wall, it's coming down. I'm wetting everything from the kitchen to the fucking living room. And if you in the crosshairs, you fuck, like I said. And you better hope my wife is asleep, because if she grabbed that AR out the closet, she hitting everything south to her. So know what you're doing when you kick in Dakota's door.
Okay, well, that makes sense. But what about older folks, man? What about those who ain't active and they're getting caught in the crosshairs of this? Because again, and this is not a reference of black on black or anything like that. The fact is that people who are around their own people are most likely to get hurt by their own people. So if you're riding in these neighborhoods, and we can talk about infiltrations and all that too, but and it's your own neighborhood, there's the black community, the old folks, they there. Everybody ain't in the old folks' home, they holding it down. But what about them people? And they get caught up in situations like that. Should it be the responsibility of those in the neighborhood to make sure they're all right, or they defend for themselves if something like that happens? How do you handle a situation like that?
No, absolutely. It is my responsibility to make sure if there's an older lady outside my door and I see a rioter or a protester trying to knock upside
Dakota
the head,
will bring a can of whoop
I'm
ass.
grabbing the gun out of my couch and I'm fucking you up with it. Point blank, period. Old people, they off limits. They did all that. They most likely were alive when the civil rights movement and shit. They did their job. They fought their fight already. You leave them alone. But everybody else, fair game. I protect my own. I protect older black people. I protect my mama. I protect my father-in-law, even though I'm the reason he's the reason I even got an AR. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, So when it comes to shit like that, I'm with it. If you want to, and hold on, I just, black people, stop saying they're tearing down their communities. They don't own shit in that fucking community. It is not theirs. And this is why I say that. They don't own nothing.
Correct.
If the businesses don't want to rebuild, that's going to do either one or two things. Have these niggas kill off the lower end of us, which I'm all for, casualties of war, fuck them. I am in no mood I have no compassion for the bottom feeding Negro. Fuck that nigga. Let them kill each other off, point blank, period. Everybody.
I know, fuck it. I know I'm not tripping. No, still okay. I thought I was about to say. You still there? Hello, hello. Let's still count down like we still connected. I'm not sure. Let's see if you're still there, Mr. Dakota. And then it hung up. So here's the deal. Like I said, we're gonna end it on that note. I apologize for anybody else who may have been on the line. So we got like a situation here, because it seems like this conversation, part of the Coon conversation, was kind of intermingling. So it seems like there's still some energy kind of wanting to be had on that conversation. I know a lot of people are calling in that didn't get through today. I know 10-minute rule was obliterated today, but it happens like that sometimes. So we got a choice. I got a particular topic that I already had planned for tonight, or we can continue the conversation around kind of today, or the day then last night kind of topic. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do. We can talk about it in the Discord. I'll hop in the Discord after this, so if y'all want to chop it up in the Discord for a little bit, I'll be in there. But with that being said, we just gonna cha-cha slide. I forgot I'm doing a goddamn day damn. I scared it off like a bitch. But I appreciate y'all showing up. I appreciate y'all coming
Honcho,
through and hit that like
I
button,
received
man.
my
Just
Honcho,
Sarah,
the main
appreciate the
Sancho
love.
shirt. We don't need to send the Den Squad after Mother Effers. Honcho hung up again, person face palming loudly, crying tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
I have not deliberately hung up on anybody. See, now if y'all was hearing like a bunch of clicks when it was happening, then maybe. But then that's usually just someone on the other side or something else. But no, I did not deliberately hang up on anybody. The only person I've ever deliberately hung up on is Kenneth Cologne. Or maybe like somebody trying to tell a corny joke. No, who was the old buddy? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Fucking always troll from Sticky's channel. But anyway, folks with y'all, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all go get y'all some lunch or enjoy your day or whatever. I need to eat. I didn't eat shit today, I don't think. Anyway, tonight, 9 o'clock. Like I said, we'll talk about it in the den. Got one or two topics. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I was also thinking about we were talking about having a movie night, right? And someone sent me some very interesting movies, videos, documentaries to check out. And so if y'all about it, maybe tonight, I don't know, maybe tomorrow night, we'll see. There won't be a den tomorrow night, but maybe just tomorrow we'll see. If I don't do a Mixer Crew. I think Mixer Crew gonna get some love tomorrow. But we'll do a movie night. We've been talking about doing a movie night in the Discord, so if y'all want to be a part of that, make sure you're part of the Discord by Angela. But yeah, man, I just appreciate all y'all being here. So first, let me get rid of this weird shit. I can sit there the whole time. I don't know why I did that. But I'll put the Discord link in the chat, man. Everything you need to know about the channel, links in the description below under the video. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow. And Dencho Live on Facebook. Outside of all that, hey, player. And I got to go home. I'll catch y'all at 9 tonight. I'll meet y'all in the Discord if y'all want to slide in the Discord. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm gone.